So, hi guys, it's Josh here, as you already know. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today I am going to be doing like my everyday makeup routine almost whenever I do wear makeup. So yeah, I got asked quite a lot last time, like they would love to see how I do my own makeup. So today I'm going to show you how I do like my own base. I got a lot of questions asking about like base routines, so on like that. So that's what we're going to be going over today. And also once again, we had such a good response to the questions last time. I've jumped on my phone, I've put a little post up on social media asking you guys to ask me some questions for me to answer throughout this video. So yeah, stay tuned and watch how I do my base makeup. Guys, for this video I have zoomed you in a little bit just so you can see everything a little bit better. I don't want you to be squinting or finding things hard to see, so yeah, I've zoomed you in a little bit. You'll be able to see a little bit of my insecurities and my imperfections being this up close and not on social media. So yeah, so I've got my phone, I've got my tea, and yeah, let's get rolling. So I just want to say, like, first of all, like a massive thank you to everyone who supported my last video. We're almost on like 1,000 views, and I think we're on like 120 subscribers, which I think is amazing, like for my first YouTube video. And I just want to say like a huge thank you to you guys for once again always having my back and always supporting like every single move that I make with my career, my business, my brand, and obviously me and my own development. So yeah, it really does mean a lot. When you guys show me so much love and so much support. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this video as well. It's going to be a little bit different. You're going to learn a few tips and tricks of my own. So yeah, let's have a short tea break and then we'll get cracking. Right, so let's jump into this. So as many as you know, men's skin is slightly different to women's skin. Very rarely, but not very rarely, sorry, very like faintly, but it is different. So obviously our skin prep's a little bit different, so what I usually do might be slightly different to what you do. I don't believe in certain products work for my skin, however they do might work for yours. Like primer, I believe primer is not for me. I don't believe in it, and I rarely use it on any models or any makeup applications I actually do, is I do just think it is something there to upsell, but also I just personally have never used a primer that's given me like amazing satisfaction results. So yeah, so I'm going to jump on Instagram quickly and I'm going to answer the first question as I start to prep my skin the way that I usually would. So let me just jump over onto Instagram now. I did not realise I would have so many questions so fast. So, one person asked, how do you always get such a flawless base? So, perfect question to start this video. So I believe that skin prep is a good way to get a flawless base, but also making sure that obviously if you're doing someone's makeup, if you're doing your own makeup, that they do look after the skin and you do look after your own skin. I advise drinking a lot of water and obviously having a really good skincare routine in place. At the moment, I'm really red. I've had a couple of breakouts due to like stress of running this business and everything else that I do. So yeah, but other than that, a really good skincare routine always helps. So whenever I first do my base makeup, what I always do is I always use the Nivea for Men Post Shave Balm. This was a really big trend a couple of years ago that everyone really jumped on using this product, and I love it. I personally think for my skin, I have obviously got man's skin, so I just find that this works a lot better, and this is the one product that I'll actually apply with my fingers. I will never ever apply hardly any makeup products with my fingers apart from my moisturiser and my primer. So I class this as a primer, so if you hear me saying primer, it's the Nivea Statement. Yeah. What I like about this is I feel like it really shrinks your pores and tightens everything up as well. I do have facial hair, so what I do is I do still buff this moisturiser into my facial hair and obviously into my hairline as well. If I am looking extra red, I've just had like my full haircut, I just had my beard done, I've just had my brows done, I've just had my hair shaved in. So yeah, I've been butchered, but Alex, my hairstylist, is absolutely amazing, best hairdresser I know. So yeah, let's keep this rolling. So the next thing I would do for my flawless base is obviously I've moisturised / primed, whatever you want to call it. Then we'll go in with my foundation. So I use a range of foundations. Like I said in my last video, I swear by the Maybelline Superstay, and I also swear by, the Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. One product that I do use for myself on the daily, almost should I say, is EX1. I absolutely love this foundation. I have used this foundation for me for years. I've also used it slightly on clients when I used to do client work from on my wedding, softy bridal. Not as heavy glams because it is very light coverage personally, but it is buildable to about a medium coverage. And I just find it's got a lot of oils in and it's good for people with really dry skin. I personally do suffer with dry skin, so that's I think why I really swear by this product. So what I just do is I just get a little bit on the back of my hand. We're going in with shade F100. As you can see, it's literally almost down to the bare bones. So I'm just going to squeeze some of this onto the back of my hand. This might be a little dark just because I only ever wear makeup when I go out. So I'm just going to try mix it up a little lighter. So yeah, that's a good fun fact as well. I don't actually wear makeup on the daily. People always assume that because I do makeup for a living that I wear makeup every single day. I don't. This is it. My anemic, pale, awful skin. So this is a mirror, by the way, guys. So if I'm not looking directly at the camera, it's just because I'm looking in my mirror. So first what I do is I just start decanting this product all over my face. It's not a bad colour match. But, so yeah. And I do use a wet, damp beauty blender. So with this, I just start buffing this product all over my skin. Does anyone else do that awkward foundation face where they like look up and it's like drastic? So obviously with me having facial hair, one thing I do is I buff my foundation just into my beard line. I know it's strange, and this is a good tip for any makeup artist wanting to learn how to do men's makeup. I buff into my hairline just a little bit. Nothing too drastic, like you don't want to cover the man's hair. You do literally just want to almost like push the product into his scalp a little bit, or his beard line, wherever you want to buff that product. But with that, it just really helps getting everything in and making sure that there's no lines, there's no, like, it's all seamless, it's all blended, and that nothing's going to look patchy later on. Excuse my hair. So yeah. I also like using a beauty blender on my own skin. Like I say, I do find that I do suffer with really bad dry skin. So like I was just making sure that there's that extra little bit of moisture in there. You can add moisturiser to your foundation if you wanted to. However, I just find that by applying it to my skin with a beauty blender, it just really helps get in there and soak in a lot more. And it helps give me that nice, flawless, soft coverage. I don't really like, when I'm doing everyday makeup, having like really heavy glam. I like a soft, glowy look. As you'll find, this foundation on me sits very, very dewy, very, very soft, very, very light. I don't want to look dull like whenever I wear makeup. I like to look like I've got my own skin on, just more flawless. I know it's quite hard, but when we suffer with absolutely bad skin. Another little thing as well is I never ever recommend any makeup artist using beauty blenders on the clients. I just find that it's really, really treacherous waters now. As usual, probably a lot of makeup artists will be watching this video, but I just find like that the way that people are going and the way that health and safety is as well, I just find that using this brush is a lot better. For all my client work and teaching work, I do use a brush. I use a nice big fluffy peaches brush, and I just think it gives me just as good effect, but obviously more sanitary for that, like that client and that reasoning. So I'm just going in with a little bit more. You could just still see some of my redness on the side of my face. And I do suffer with quite red skin, like I'm not ashamed of it. And like if you've ever seen me in public, or as many of my friends will know, I have breakouts probably every single week. I really do struggle with my skin, even though I do have a good up-to-date skincare regime. I spend absolute fortune on products. My mum will vouch for that, for one thing. I've got like a whole spare bedroom just like full of skincare and spare clothes that I never wear. And we're back. So let me just sort my hair out, because obviously I have to push my hair right up. So as you can see, it kind of does match my face. Like it is like that nice glowy just like skin like dull like finish almost. I don't like it too heavy, as I was saying. Like this is like the perfect coverage for me. However, I find this foundation does a little sinking, a little scars that you might see if I come in close. I have a scar on my eye really bad, and this foundation does sit in like them little awkward to reach places, but there's nothing really you can do about that. When I just get a little bit of like setting powder and things, I will buff it out, and it just helps get rid of that little sitting in there, that little scar in there. Like, I'm sure one of my friends like whacked me over the face with a log when I was younger. I'm sure it was something like that. I'm positive it was. But yeah, so you can see it already so far I've started to get like that flawless coverage, even though I do have really bad temperamental skin. So what I do now is I just like to highlight a little bit. So what I do is I just take my Makeup Revolution concealer in shade 05, and I just get this, and I literally just under the high points of my face, I just apply a little bit of this concealer. Like I said, I don't want it too much. I just want that nice little finish. I do a little bit on my chin, and then also I do a little bit on my forehead as well. Does anyone ever find this like the funniest part of makeup, because you start looking like a warrior or something? And then once again, I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender and just start buffing that all back out. I always use the same part of my beauty blender as well, just because I find it helps blend out the product a little bit better, and that gives you more of like a seamless finish. Anyone else love these concealers? Because I do. Like literally, these like are the bomb. These are like game changer concealers. I just think that they're so nice, and they just sink into like every single product. Every foundation that I've used these concealers on, they've literally just sunk straight in and not caused like any problem or any bother or anything like that. But one thing, I like to get it right into the inner corner of my eyes, just because I feel like it gives you like a nice lifted effect, and I absolutely love that. I absolutely love like a nice healthy under eye, because my bags have gone, my 12 sleepless nights, you know. It just all blends it all away, and it just makes everything so pretty. It looks like you've just woke up from like a 12-year sleep. Can't relate. So, as you can see, it's starting to give my eyes that nice light lift. I know it might look really pale on the camera, but that's what we're going for. We want a nice lift. And then what I'll do is I just press over my lids with my beauty blender, just so everything's like blended and it's in. It's nice. That scar is really annoying me today. Being cussed. Yeah. So this foundation holds up so well, especially on top of this base. So what I'm going to do, just jumping back on Instagram, guys, and I'm going to I always say ask, I don't know why. I'm going to answer another question. Goody. How do you get noticed on Instagram? Kiss. That's a good question. So this is a good question / quite hard question. Getting noticed on Instagram. Right, so I've been doing this 3 years. I've been in the Instagram beauty game for like 3 years, and my personal account does not have that many followers on. I don't really like use that through and through. I use the Just Cosmetics page a lot more, and we've just hit 14k followers. We're just about to hit 14.1. So it is very slow progressional growth. We're very consistent with our uploads, but be more active, be more consistent, and just be like a very lovely person online, and I think it just helps attract people to you. So yeah, that's like my little tip for Instagram. So now, before I crease the house under my eyes, because I am getting old and the crow's feet and wrinkles are indeed starting to set in under my eyes, I'm gonna set. So I use 2 types of setting powder. I like to use a loose setting powder, and I like to use like a pressed powder, which is obviously the most traditional form. I am a sucker for the Maybelline Stay Matte setting powder. Is it Maybelline or is it Rimmel? Rimmel Stay Matte? Rimmel Stay Matte. Yeah, so I'm a really big sucker for this in shade 001, which is a translucent shade. I just find that it is like an amazing setting powder. I feel like it doesn't really crack under the eyes, and it gives you that stay. It's like I always say to my students, it's like the cement tea mixture. So what I do with this is I literally just get a little bit of this powder, knock it off, and I just stamp it right under my eyes. I don't like to put too much because I don't want to lose like my glowy soft skin effect. I just want to set these like oldie wrinkles, these crow's feet before they set into too harsh. Like, it's not a good look for anyone, unfortunately. And then I just like to pat a bit on my lids. Like I say, I never wear makeup on the daily, so like I will never wear eyeshadow out. I've never ever worn eyeshadow out. I don't feel the need to. I just feel like I don't feel the need to wear makeup. I do it as a career, and that's like about it. So that's what I see it as. I see it as my job more than anything than like my desire to wear makeup. So yeah, that's like a little truth. And I'm just taking my setting powder, and once again I'm just setting my head. I'm using one of the Peaches brushes, a Peaches PC27. Peaches and Cream are an absolute gorgeous company, so I always recommend that everyone supports them. And then I'm just setting the parts of my face where I know are quite oily. Well, not quite oily, should I say, where I lose foundation fast almost. So it's mainly just my T-zone and a little bit on my nose. My nose does not hold foundation, it does not hold anything. And a little bit on my chin. I literally, what I just probably saw, whacked on like a ton on my forehead. My lines on my forehead are ridiculous. Like, they crack, the crease. It literally looks like the Grand Canyon on my forehead, and it is the most unattractive thing ever. So that's another reason why I don't wear foundation, because I hate when foundation just sits in them awkward lines, what you physically can't help get rid of. So yeah, I'm going to grab another tea break, and I'm going to be back with you very shortly. Answer another question. Now I'm all set, I like to give my skin time to like breathe almost. Not like breathe, but let everything just soak in, get absorbed before I start putting my bronzers and stuff on. I don't want my base too wet. But as you just noticed, I don't set everywhere on my own skin, once again, because I do suffer with dry skin. I don't want to look like a cracked, flaky mess. So yeah. There's so many questions on my Instagram this like week. I'm gonna have to start writing these all down for future videos. Do you think about sharing your Josh adventure? I don't know, I just one day woke up and I just felt like I say, I bought a camera around Christmas time and I had the urge to then. But I think recently I really opened up with myself and I got a lot my confidence back and things, and I just thought, why not? Do you know what I mean? We live in this world, there's nothing to lose, and if you don't try, you never know where you're gonna get. So I just thought, sack it. Chester was such a good time. We did a little bit of the vlogging, and I think that just gave me the kick up the backside to really share what we do, and like obviously for you guys to get to know me more on a bit more of a personal level. It wasn't really something I did think to set out to do when I first started the Josh career, but yeah, I just thought it was just right. It just felt right, and you know what? I absolutely love making YouTube videos. I didn't think I'd be sat here speaking to a camera and get so much thrill from it. I really love editing. I'm a very creative person as well, so like editing my last week's YouTube video with all the swirls and the logos and everything, it just really made a warm feel in my heart, and I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, so that's probably why I decided to start sharing my adventure with you all, just because I just felt like it was the right time, and I just feel like I have the confidence to. Being burnt so many times, and so many people have said things about me and wrote things about me, and I just think now like, it is what it is. So yeah, that's probably why. So what I'm going to do next, which is the most important part, because currently I look like a corpse, even worse than my anemia, is to bronze. So I'm going to use my MAC Dark Tan. As you can tell, it gets used like all the time. This is my go-to bronzer. I use it on every single client, and I use it like every single day. Literally, I swear by it, and it's the best thing that I ever think's been invented. So I'm just going to go in with like a unicorn spectrum brush. Oh no, it's not, sorry, it's out the Burn book. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start getting this bronzer, and I'm just stamping it into my cheeks. I'm very lucky when it comes to contouring and bronzing, because I am a man and I get my beard shaped. So what I do, that is my contour line there and my bronzing line. It's already there for me, so yeah, I have like a little secret advantage over stuff like that. So I just use these lines to really start sculpting my face out. This is quite warm tone, so what I do as well is I mix a little bit of the Nip and Fab contour palette in as well. I like using this as I just find that it helps bring a little bit more of a cool tone down as well. I just kind of dabble between two shades and just start building it up on my face. And I just literally fluff this on. Fluff and stamp, fluff and stamp. That's like my keywords, what all my students will know. Fluff and stamp, guys, fluff and stamp. So yeah, as you can see, it just starts to carve and really hollow my face out. I forgot like how good this foundation was. I just think it's, like I say, I don't wear foundation or anything regularly, so like when I do, I get very excited because I'm like, oh my god, I'm back, my flawless skin's back. I actually have nice skin under there, under all them awful spots. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep bronzing. So what I do on one side, I obviously recreate on the other side, and I just like really bronze that off. And you can see instantly it starts to give me that bronzy, glowy definition that I want. I don't like it too harsh, as you can see, but I like there to be colour there. I like to look like I've just come back off like a nice Barbados holiday. Like I've just got a suntan and that my anemia has vanished for one day. Put the hair back into place. So as you can see, it literally just gives me like a nice, like, warm tone. And I just like to build it up that a little bit more. I also push it on my forehead just to help really bring it in. I don't really tuck my forehead in around the top. I do more on the sides. I have a bit of a breeze block head. There's that's someone's funny name. I have a breeze block head and it's quite big, so I like to kind of make it like. So what I do is whatever I just got left on my brush as well, I like to like brush it down the side of my nose and also on the tip of my nose. I just feel like it helps give it a little bit more colour, but it blends your face in and it makes everything just nice and warm. If you ever feel like you go a little bit too harsh, you can just get your fluffy powder brush and just dust over it, and it helps give you like that nice diffused look. Ooh. So you can see it gives you like a nice subtle contoured, snatched every night out look almost. Like glow, so you can see my skin kind of just have a radiance as it is, but the foundations that help and give me that a little bit extra more. So I'm going to take one of my own highlighters, of course, and I'm going to use our top seller this summer. I cannot believe how many peachy highlighters we have sold. They have flew out. As soon as we make more, they've gone. As soon as we make more, they've gone. Literally, I cannot keep up with the demand of peachy. Like, they'll be in stock and then they've gone, and like every day, every 2 days, they're in production and we're making more. I'm not complaining. I love you all. Thank you so much for choosing peachy. But like, it's crazy how this little gorgeous, stunning shade is like everywhere. I think everyone must own just peachy now. And if you haven't, I'd go buy it because literally it's perfect for this summer. And I just find it perfect for like dusting over collarbones. It's perfect for clients. Beth, obviously my best friend, she uses it literally like every day on every one of her clients. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking it on a nice peaches fluffy brush again, and I'm literally just gonna douse. Oh, my highlighters are like glass. I'm not even joking you. So I'm just gonna add this up little by little. I don't like adding too much highlighter, as I like to buff it into my skin a lot to give me like my like nice glass-like effect. Ooh. So yeah, that's what I do. And this shade, it looks so orange, but when it goes on, it practically goes on clear, as you can see. And it gives you just like a nice glowy skin finish. And that's what I love about these highlighters as well, because there's no talc in my formula. We don't have nothing bad in there. Well, not bad, but nothing cheap. It's literally pure like pigment and pure glow and all amazing ingredients. So yeah, that's what it just gives us that nice peachy finish. It's like some bug or something's attacking me. But literally, my glows, I'm sorry guys, but I have to say, like, I probably do make one of the best highlighters, and I'm not just saying that because they're mine, but get right up close. Hi, how are you? So yeah, I like to keep it like just on the tips of my cheekbones. I also like loads on my nose. I like looking like I've got a little bit of a dewy nose. And then I like a little bit on the bridge of my nose as well. This not too much because you don't look like your nose is completely like cray cray. And then I love my Cupid's bow looking glowy ear. just think it gives it such a nice touch. Like, oh, glow, glow, glow. And then the final thing what I do with my highlighter is I frost my temples, just to help, once again, snatch everything in, but give me like a nice radiant look. Like I say, I don't wear makeup often, so when I do, I want like it to make like my skin look just as real as I can, but it's healthy as well. You know, fakery is the best bakery. So yeah, so you can see I'm quite peachy, quite glowy, and quite warm. Love, love. And the little piece de resistance to my highlighter is my inner corners. I just get a little bit on my fluffy brush and just pop it right in there. By doing this, it also hides that awful scar I've got in my eye socket. I just feel like it helps diffuse it, but also just help really open up my eyes. And just I feel like it brings everything in, it's like as one. So as you can see, I've kind of got like a nice healthy, soft, glowy look going on. So I'm going to answer another question whilst we are still here. So, why do you love makeup? I love makeup because of what it can do. What it does to people's lives is amazing. Makeup is, to me, is like a form of art. Like, I think if you're a makeup artist, you're an artist. And it says it in the name, but I do believe you're an artist. Some of the work that we can cook up is hard. Like, no one can do triple cut creases with a double wing flick, like, from nowhere. It takes years of practicing, just like it took like most of the famous like artists in the world years of practicing. So I really do believe that like we are artists. It's our faces are our canvas. So yeah, like you learn people's faces. Each canvas is different. You've got different sizes. You've got different eye shapes. And I just think that every time you do makeup, it's a challenge. And I think that we're never ever like not stretched enough. I feel like every time someone walks in the door, they want something different. They don't always want that brown smoky eye. They want that double cut crease, or the client will come in and be like, oh, can I just have a bit of bronzer through my crease line? And it's just like every single person, every single student, every single aspect of makeup is different, and that it changes so regularly, as you'll all know. Like, I think everyday makeup changes. There's a new trend somewhere. There's a new, I don't know, new style of brow, new style of glow, new products, new everything. And it's just like, makeup's like I've got one big, like, learning lesson. So yeah, I think that's why I like makeup, because it always challenges me as a person. It always keeps me thinking, it keeps me motivated. Obviously, I am very blessed to be able to actually make makeup. So like that in another realm is completely amazing to me. Like I find it absolutely fascinating, like the stuff we can make. And yeah, I just think it's one big challenge, and that's why I love it. So, following on from that, what I'm gonna do is, I think like my face look is like almost complete sort of thing. What I do is I do add some mascara. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that off camera. I've got the awful most fluttery eye, and it is the worst thing ever. So yeah, I'll catch us back in a moment. So I'm back. I managed to get it done without blinking, bleeding, or crying all over. So yeah, I just like to put like a little bit of like the what do I use? The Collection Perfection Super Size Fat Lash on my lashes. I just think it's amazing. I use it on quite a lot of my clients as well. So I just think it gives you like a nice full volumey, nice pretty look almost. So then what I do is I'm going to just use a little bit of gloss. So yeah, I kind of leave the foundation. I haven't even got any foundation on my lips, but if I was to, I would just kind of leave it on my lips, and then I just take a little bit of the Collection Perfection once again, gloss in Unique Gloss. It's a pH balanced gloss, so it literally reacts to your lips, and I just feel like it makes your lips so glossy and so juicy, but extra plump. And then I'm gonna answer another question when I get these lips on. So you can see just like a little bit does go a long, long way. And it just helps give my lips like that nice glossy, healthy look. So yeah. You can just see it kind of just juices everything up a little bit more. I'm gonna get another question because there's so many. What a good question. Straight away, are your lips real? Yes, they are real. My lips have never been touched, they've never had no surgery, they've had no filler, there's no silicone, there's no, I don't know, Juvederm in these lips. They are 100%, Mama cooked them in the oven. lips. They've always been this size. They've never been any littler. They've never been any smaller. They've never been any bigger. They have always been this size. They are a blessing and a curse. I've had people come over at me on a night out, like squeeze my lips and pull my lips, and they're like, "Who's your surgeon?" And I'm like, "I don't have one. They're just me. That's all. The only good feature I've got is my big lips." So yeah, they are 100% real. Coming to the end now, I need to set my face, and I'm going to use, obviously, my iconic London glow spray. I absolutely adore this. I'm going to give it a little good bit of a shake, and we're going to test it out. And then we're going to douse myself in that extra glow. So yeah, this is like my everyday glowy, like soft skin, flawless base makeup, what I would do personally on myself. So you can see it is super glowy, it's super soft, it's super flat. We haven't got no patches, nothing like that, nothing crazy has happened. You can have a little bit of a closer look. You can see everything is just warm, and it's just, I don't know, I just find that this is like my perfect go-to makeup if I'm going out for a pinky drink with our Beth or any one of my family, my cousin, when we hit Leeds, when we go on tour. I just find this is like a very nice, easy, soft go-to look. And obviously, if you want to wear eyeshadow, a nice little bronze crease through the eye area would look absolutely stunning. And then maybe like a matte liquid lipstick with a bit of a gloss on top as well. I think that would look perfect. But yeah, guys, so this is like my everyday makeup routine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope that you like took something from it, and like how I apply my makeup and how fast I am as well. I can do a full face of makeup in 22 minutes, including eyes. So it's just because imagine like this takes me seconds when I'm getting ready. Beth will vouch for me. Beth takes 3 hours. I can be ready in 22 minutes. So yeah. Thanks guys, let me know what you think. Any more questions, feel free to drop them down below. Send me a cheeky DM on Instagram. Let us know your vibes, let us know what you want to see more of. Like, I have so many crazy things what I can show, and what obviously what's coming up in the future. I'm on tour in Ireland next week, so I will indeed be vlogging the full experience, because the people who we're going with, she's booked late flights and late travel, so I get up 6 AM. I won't go back to bed till 6 AM. I've got to travel to Ireland, get a bus, because we booked the wrong airport, 2 hours away. 2 hours away. So yeah, that will be uploaded next week. But before then, I will be uploading the little sneaky product reveal. So yeah, guys, once again, thank you so much. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a little comment below, and obviously subscribe, and please share my videos. Like, I really want to help get these videos out there, as I do believe they're going to help a lot of people. So yeah, thanks guys.